Hello? Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Am I live? Am I not live? What's going on? Speakity. I'm live. Hello, everybody. Good to be back. Good to see you. Thank you for waiting for a little while for me. I missed you. I'm squeezing in a stream really quickly. I don't have much time today because I got the times for some other things mixed up, as I often do. As I very often do. But that's fine because I'm here today and I wanted to chat with you all. I've got my travel mic that I'm, in order to not crane my neck all the way to the floor, I'm oh shit, I've forgotten something, hold on. Oh shit. Hang on, there we go. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Sorry. All done. All done. So, there's been a lot going on. Easy, thank you very much for the super. When I'm angry, shh, there's been a lot that's happened since last time I streamed, but I have been making a lot of public appearances, which I'm sure a lot of you have been keeping up with. So obviously the first one that I can remember, the sort of the earliest, would have to be the Pampering Scolding voice pack, which was a lot of fun for me to do. And I remember when they first announced it, I mentioned that the scolding one, it made me stop and think at one point. Like, I think I had to take a break from writing the script because I was like, am I going too far here? I was like, wait a minute, this is like, in real life, this would be like an abusive power dynamic. But then I thought, like, you know, it's not real. It's a work of fiction. So you know what? It's fine. Everyone's just having fun. And then I finished it, and I thought that was pretty fun. I'm glad that you all really enjoyed it. I mean, I knew you would. I knew you would. Any links for it? God, I should start putting links to that stuff in my description, shouldn't I? If you go to the NIJISANJI unofficial store, it's quite easy to find, so don't worry about that. But that was pretty cool. I'm glad you all enjoyed that. Then, of course, we had Fanta's big karaoke stream, which was so fun. 17 people all in this big room, and it was a very, like, surreal experience for me because, like, I think, you know, there's, I wasn't there for the last karaoke, you know, big off collab, which was why last year I was like, fuck it, I want to go see everybody, you know, it gave me so much FOMO. But this time I was there, and it was like, there's a lot of pressure, I think, when you're just going to karaoke with people like this, because they're all so good, and knowing you're on stream at the same time, like, that was really scary. It was like, wow, you know, I really didn't want to step in and do something that I wasn't sure I could do well. But then I think as time went on, I kind of eased up and let myself have fun, and it wasn't so bad in the end. It was pretty good, actually. I was kind of surprised. I think singing Stay With Me sort of eased me up quite a bit, and I was like, it's okay to do all of this stuff. And I think the one thing I managed to do quite well was, you know, manage to use the depth in my voice without making it sound terribly flat, which I think is something that I've struggled with before, but I think I'm getting better at that, and it sounded pretty good. And then I remember I don't know if you saw, I don't know if you could tell, but after Venter and I sang My Way, both him and I, because we like nailed the final note. I remember we were talking about it on the way back. No chat today. It's not working. For some reason, it's not working. But for we were talking about it, and we had the same experience of like, normally I'd be really nervous coming into that final one. Like, am I going to hit this? But then I think I just kind of knew that I could do it at that point, and I think the confidence helped me sort of carry it a lot better. And it was really, really good. It was very, very cool. And in the moment, I remember when we actually cleared it, we literally like turned over and like we dapped each other up and like pulled each other in for like the biggest bro hug possible. It was like, yeah, we fucking, yeah, let's fucking go. Like that was like the highlight of the night for me, even if Luca thought he was part of the team. What's funny is I think Luca thought that when other people were singing, like his mic would be turned down, so he thought that he wouldn't be quite as audible, but no, his little ad-libs were just as loud as Venter and myself, which was quite funny. But I think it was kind of good because it allowed me to practice, okay, how do I keep singing even when I'm very distracted? Even when I'm very distracted, I was like, okay, it doesn't matter, I can keep doing this, and it still went really, really well. I want to practice more of some of those other songs that I really like, and it was something that happened, I think, that really elevated my confidence while I was here, and before that was that obviously while we've all been out here, we've obviously been hanging out a lot, and it's been really fun as usual. You know, I love hanging out with my friends, and one thing that we did was a few nights ago, before the big collab, we all went to karaoke, or a lot of us went to karaoke anyway, and I sang a song. I'm not going to tell you which one, but I sang a song, and I thought I did a lot better on it than I had done previously when I tried to, and I was like, okay, let me try this one, and I sang the song, and then everyone was like, yeah, like when I finished it, they were like, yeah, let's go, and everyone was clapping and like going crazy about it, and I don't know, nothing could have boosted my confidence more than that. It was ridiculous. It was really, really like empowering, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I can do this. I think I think something that's funny is that I've been give me just 1 second. I'm gonna thank the super. Yesha, thank you so much for the super. Yes, there is a lot coming. One thing that I want to say is that I think sometimes it's really easy when you're around a lot of people who are really, really good at stuff. It's kind of easy sometimes to feel like you need to be as good as them in order to matter and be worth their attention and all that kind of stuff. And I think that I've felt that because of some not so great friendships that I've had in the past, and like I think breaking that association can feel really difficult sometimes. But this time, I remember during the collab. During the collab, I remember like having this experience where like at some points I would be having this thing where when someone really popped off and did amazingly well, you're proud and you're happy, but you kind of can't escape that feeling in your gut of like, oh, I feel like I'm not gonna be as good as that, and that's like a letdown, or I'm not as good as that, and that's a problem, or whatever it is. But then I think it was during when Luca and the others were singing I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. I remember that song is like so funny, but also so uplifting at the same time. I kind of just had this like mental equation like complete itself in my head of being like, bro, it doesn't actually matter. You don't need to desperately try and defend your connection to other people by proving yourself with like, tasks that you do and by impressing people. That's not how real life works, and I think I understood that, and I just kind of felt like all the worry and like the little pangs of jealousy, I just kind of felt them leave my body, like I was stepping like I was stepping into a sauna and all the moisture was just evaporating off of my body. It was really, really wonderful. And I think that also allows you to progress more as a person. You can kind of focus on your own journey instead of trying to, one up somebody else's journey. I think that's a really important thing. Jilik, thank you so much for the super. Looking for, yes. So Zali and I are the eighth Niji members to be picked for the Encounter project, which was not something I was expecting to have them offer me. I remember when they first showed us, a very long time ago, when they first showed us, they told us about Encounter and they showed us Infinity, which is the first one, and that had already been underway, and then they sort of shared it with everybody. I remember seeing that, and I dropped a line to my manager and I said, I know it might not be like your choice, but I just kind of dropped a line. I said, please, I'd really, really love to be involved if that's possible. I just wanted to kind of indicate that I was, hopeful to be a part of it. And lo and behold, I can't remember when it was. I think it was shortly after Shade came out. Shortly after Shade came out, which is also incredible, just incredible. I got a message from my manager that said, regarding your assignment to the Encounter project. I was like, oh, and when you let me tell you the way I went, when I saw that my partner was going to be Vesalius Bandage, I was like, because everyone was saying, oh, such an unexpected pairing, and I was like, yeah, unexpected for me too. I was like, of all the people I would have picked, I would be like, Zali was the last one I would have thought of, but he's so fitting and our voices blend together very, very well. Afra, thank you very, very much. Thank you, I'm so glad you think so. And Yoi, thank you very much. Hear more city pop songs. I think I would suit that. I'd like to try that. But yeah, let me tell you, Heavy Lies the Head. I can't obviously share it until it comes out, but let me say that when we were handed the final mix for the song, I had that shit on repeat as well. I had a song with my own voice in it on repeat because it is that good. It's kind of insane that we got the opportunity to work on this song, and also with producers who are that lauded and have worked on that much stuff. I'm not the biggest K-pop guy. I'm not the biggest kind of like, I'm more into Western musics, and so I know they have a lot of incredible K-pop credits, but like, and other stuff, but seeing like Snoop Dogg, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my, what's happening in my life? There's no way this is real. I was so Snoop Dogg. I was so excited. I was like, I need to do this well, and I think it's very good. I think it's a very, very good song. It's super catchy, and yeah, I did play it for as Alira mentioned on her stream. I played it for her, and Uki as well. And I remember at the time I was like, what do you guys think? I was like, I think he's like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then they were like, oh, this is so good. This is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. And I was like, and then I kind of listened to it again. I think it was like my sort of, just my own anxiety kind of holding me back. And then when they reacted so positively to it, I listened to it and I was like, actually, you know what? This really does go so hard. I've been listening to it a lot. It's one of the only songs that I personally have been in, and you can hear my voice in it, that I could just listen to as though it was any other song. It's crazy. It's very good. It's very good, and you really don't get the scope of the whole thing. The teaser is great, I think, because it really, if you think the teaser is good, the teaser shows you almost nothing. Like, there is so much more to it, and even the part that you do hear, there's more to that you haven't heard yet. So there's a lot to look forward to. Guidey Kane, thank you so much for the super. Gonna see my dentist soon. Can't be here too long. That's okay. It was a very off the cuff little stream that I wanted to jump in on. Want to say you're brave to step out of your comfort zone and make such big progress. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think the big thing that I realized, and one of the reasons why I really wanted to do more music, I think, is because I kind of realized that not only the big thing that I always kind of think is that because like I am growing and I am making a lot of improvement, and I do feel very proud of myself, but I know that I still have a long way to go, and I know that there are some things like there are some technical parts to singing that I still have a lot of practice to do before I can call myself like, you know, genuinely really good. But you know, I'm gonna keep working on it. And sometimes I think about that, and I wonder if someone who wasn't familiar with me or my work might wonder, why bother? Why, you know, you're already doing so much. Why do music as well? And I think when I think about it, I think the answer genuinely is just that I love music. I've always loved music so much, and even because obviously my main draw in life is towards film, but when like I've said before, when I come up with ideas and when I write scripts and when I think of ideas for stories and stuff, that all of those ideas come from music. My mood boards aren't images, they're playlists, and that's just always how it's worked for me. I am the definition of the guy who sits in the corner of the library listening to a song and imagining an epic fight scene to it. Like, that's always been how it's worked. And I think that, you know, being a part of the creation of music, it feels incredibly liberating, especially now that I feel more confident in writing lyrics as well. Midnight, thank you so much for the super. Thank you for being here. I'm going to keep trying. Thank you. Yana, thank you very much. No, I can't wait either. Always support you. Gambari. Mwah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's very exciting, and it's a really, really brilliant song. And Encounter, there is a lot of other, you know, there's a lot to come, and there's a lot to look forward to. So, you know, I would feel very lucky if I was you. I'd feel very lucky. Kendra, thank you very, very much for the super a few minutes before your birthday. Oh, I hope you had a happy birthday. Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing my best to make the most of this. But not only that, you know, I love music, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do this. But also, I think NIJISANJI specifically is very heavily kind of skewed towards musical opportunities. And so I want to do a bunch of different things, and one of the things that I want to do is allow for other members to have opportunities that aren't related to music. You know, part of like why I made my film and all of that stuff, and why I made my 3D in the way that I did, is because I sort of wanted, even though my 3D was technically a musical, I kind of want people to feel able to do great things without needing to be a singer. But that said, from my own perspective, there's a lot that I wouldn't get to do if I didn't practice and try to be a bit of a singer. Like NIJIFest, for example, Overture. I'm stunned, you know, that they wanted me to be a part of that, and that they kind of, you know, had me center billing on, you know, a big kind of right in the front of the poster. I was like, oh my God. But it's like, I knew from AR Live, and from AR Live when we were rehearsing, and when I was sat kind of backstage while everyone had their duets and their solos and I was only a part of the group stuff, I thought, I really don't want to do this again. I thought, I really, really don't want to be a part of something or to miss out on a big show where other people get to do so much and I can't, because I just didn't want to learn how to sing. If I can sing, then there's a lot more that I get to do, and I want to do as much as humanly possible, as much as demonly possible, while I'm here. I have to take full advantage of every single opportunity, and you know, I'll be honest. Overture is, you know, the NIJIFest stage is such a new thing for me. I don't think I've ever done anything quite like it, and I'm kind of really terrified to embark on something that's that important, especially considering, I don't know if you guys have seen the size of the stage. I've never done anything like that, and I feel terrified sitting here right now. It's months away, but I feel terrified right now thinking about being on that stage and seeing how many people are watching me perform. I yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever be truly ready, but you know what they say, no one ever feels ready. You just have to kind of lock in and do it. But hey, I'll have to do my best. Sai, thank you so much. I'm glad you got your novel. Should be at 90-degree angle when opening it. That's funny. I'm really, really glad you enjoyed it. Bogang, thank you so much for the super. Let's go. Olivia, thank you for the Aka super. Thank you for singing Fireflies. That's all I needed in this life. It's a great song. Looking forward to more of your singing. Thank you. Yeah. I really enjoy that song. It's not like the most suited to my range, but I thought like that'll be a good one to put on to get everyone to join in, and I had a really good time. It's also nice to practice kind of a more breathy, airy, I guess mixed voice is what you call that. But I'm always, you might hear me a lot of the time. I'm kind of switching octaves up and down and up and down and up and down to trying to figure out what it is. But I think in karaoke, that's fairly normal. Bella, thank you so much. Can't wait for the song. I miss you too. Camelius, thank you so much. Looking forward to your new song. You even want to take a nap and wake up on December 12th. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. I'm really glad you're looking forward to it. Can't stop looping it. I know, I've seen a lot of people looping the teaser. If you're looping the teaser, you're not going to stop looping the full song. It's really good. It's really good. Kuro, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I've been working very hard recently. I've been working very, very hard. Yam Fujiki, thank you so much for the super. Only Oshi. Yeah, I better be. Thank you so much. S Vanilla, thank you. Happy you joined Niji Encounter. I've listened to the teaser 10,000 times. Well, don't worry. We're going to be there soon. It's only a little under a month now. And so another thing, obviously I have to be very vague about, is I've been in a lot of meetings recently for something else I'm trying to put together, and it's something that I've been like, I don't know if I'm actually going to get to do this. I don't know if this is like something that's ever actually going to happen, but I've been in a lot of meetings and it's like, well, it might happen, but it might, but we'll have to see. That's literally all I could ever possibly say about that. But just know that when I'm out here, I'm not just doing so to hang out with my friends. I'm always kind of going ultra business mode, going salaryman mode in a way, which I think in small pockets can be quite enjoyable. I never normally, obviously in this job, I don't have like a commute or anything, so going to an office is quite an enjoyable experience for me. Damien, been in a funk ever since. Have some encouragement. It's always a hard thing, because relationships, the thing about relationships is there's always so much potential. You get into a relationship wanting to see it last for the rest of your life, but sometimes it doesn't. And the important thing to remember is that you will always be deserving of love from someone who you love in return, and there are literally so many billions of people on this earth that could fill that, and all you need to do is find them. So just get out there, don't be shy, and I'm sure that someone who loves you will come along again. Don't worry about it. You're incredible, and you deserve to not worry about that. Miratress, thank you so much for the super. Yes. I don't even know what I would describe the genre of the song as. Like, I don't know. But you'll have to let me know when it comes out. Oh gosh, Mika-chan. I'm glad that you have a strong heart about it. I'm glad you have a strong heart about it. It's a very scary thing, but lots of people do recover from it, and I'm sure you will. Keep fighting, and I'll try to be there so that I can keep supporting you on your journey. You're very brave. Very brave. Cody Kane, thank you so much. Loop the song and make it me. I reckon you can do that. 6 original songs in a year. Yeah, it just kind of happened. Honestly, I just kind of set to these things, and then when I have the opportunity, because it was just going to be for the 3D, the 4 for the 3D, but then obviously NIJISANJI came along and I thought, I want to do a song for that, and then Encounter came along and I thought, oh, that's great, I can do that too. And so yeah, 6 songs. There you go. I said in Anime Impulse, I was like, this year I want to release more music, and I did. And I already feel so much more well equipped as a singer already, and I'm sure I'll feel even better about it as the years go by. It's exciting. It's very exciting. What was it? But yeah. But what else is there? Yeah. So there is that. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of work, but so while I'm out here, obviously I'm in like business mode. I am, ultra professional and doing all of this stuff. But when I get home, Misa, thank you so much for the super. I've listened to the teaser many times. I'm glad you've been buying a lot of goods. I'm glad you've been getting a lot of stuff. Really, of course I miss you. It's good to see you again. I'm glad you've been working really hard. I missed you so much. It's good to see you again. But yes, when I get home, oh my god, the teasers for Old School RuneScape Leagues 5 have been coming out, and I have been eagerly awaiting them every single day. Every day I've been waiting for the teasers, and everything has been thrown on its head. It looks like it's going to be even more crazy than the last one. What I've done is commissioned a stream overlay for the game, because I find that it's kind of difficult to fit myself on the screen without covering up some UI elements. So I've commissioned that, and I'm going to be honest, I know that I will not be able to resist playing it. I know that I will not be able to stop myself from playing it. So probably for, I don't know for how long, but the league lasts for 2 months. I don't think I'll be playing it fully for the entire duration of the 2 months, but at the very least for the first few weeks, I'm probably going to be streaming that every day, I imagine, because it's just so peak. Last year when I played Leagues 4, it was like the most addicted I'd ever been to a game, and I literally could not tear myself away from it. So really, I'm just gonna be around all the time, just completely melting into this game. I borderline want to treat playing Leagues like a 9-to-5 job. I want to just clock in. I want to have a good sleep schedule, wake up bright and early, make myself my breakfast, be healthy, maybe go for a jog or something, come back, start stream at 8:30 in the morning for me, and then just play the game with everybody else and see how far we can go. They've changed it up so much. They've got the echo bosses now, where once every region has a boss for the league only, they've added a new harder version of that boss with new mechanics, and then you get a special weapon from it, and already people are changing their strategies for that alone. It's crazy. What's happened to me? Oh. The desert Calfight, the one that's driving me crazy is the Calfight Queen one, the Drygore Blowpipe. The blowpipe is like a weapon that specializes in dealing a lot of damage to targets with low defense. And it's not very good against targets with high defense. To trade off, the Drygore Blowpipe is a blowpipe that acts like Osmumten's Fang. Osmumten's Fang, I don't know if any of you guys have played D&D, but it basically rolls for accuracy twice, and it will, if either of them are successful, you'll get a successful hit. So it's a blowpipe with insane damage that basically bypasses defense, which is ridiculous, and that is absurd. And I feel like I might try that. And then of course, if combat relics are anything like the last league, then you'll be able to double your attack speed, so you'll be able to do a blowpipe attack every single tick. And it's like, basically, if you've played D&D, it's like you roll with advantage every time, which is ridiculous. For Cerberus, they have the dog sword, which is every god sword in one. The dog sword, which is hilarious. I'm not gonna pick Wilderness, but in the Wilderness they have this fucking lightning sword. Yeah, it's all 5 god swords, and you drop it from Cerberus, so it's called the dog sword. And I hope it goes like woof when you use the special attack on it, and it combines all the god swords into one, which is just ridiculous. So I'm gonna go absolutely mental playing that, because I just know sometimes things come along in life that you cannot tear yourself away from, and I know that if I miss out on leagues, it's only around once a year. If I miss out on it, I'm just gonna feel so sad. So I'm going to play it as much as possible until I am done with it, and I'm going to take you all along for the ride. So that's going to be fun. So December, Christmas, we're going to have like a RuneScape advent calendar where every day is the same thing. Every day is the same thing. For tier 1, I don't know. I'm probably going to take the fishing one, but the mining one seems kind of nice too. The mining one, like auto smelt, and then you don't have to worry, and then, you know, because mining is such an asshole fucking skill to do. Mining is such a dick skill to do. I don't like it. But then the fishing one includes hunter as well. So I probably will pick the fishing one, but who knows? Who knows? I'll figure it out. Yeah. Oh my god, I literally can't wait. I literally can't wait. It's going to be so great. It's going to be so great. But that's what you've got to look forward to. I've not been streaming very much because I've been doing so much work on so many different things, and they're all very important, but come this December, you are going to be seeing a lot of me, and it's going to be pretty great. Ryo Hoshino, thank you so much. Makes me want to do the same thing. I'm glad you enjoyed with them like a big family. Miss you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. I miss you too, and they are like my family. I'm always really happy to come out and see everybody. Thank you for working so hard on many things. You're truly a 5-star chef. Yes. You really can't imagine if all my plans come to fruition. If all my plans come to fruition and everything that I have the desire to do and every project that I am setting up goes off in the way that I'm imagining, nothing will ever be the same. And I mean that in the grandest possible of terms. I mean that in you will look at everything in a completely different way. And I think most people will, but I have to keep things vague. Maybe I'm a lion, thank you for the 5 gifted. And Gio, thank you for the super. Listen to your scolding, VP. Escape from the academy early to watch your stream. I'm so glad the scolding VP went down well. I'm so glad. I had a lot of fun. It's nice because I think voice packs are a place where I can kind of feel a lot more into being, you know, a lot more like I used to be, and I'm kind of like, man, I kind of miss this feeling sometimes. I think voice packs are the perfect place for that, so, you know. Glassica, thank you so much for the super. Let's freaking go. December, we're busy, you gotta wait for that. You're having your first therapy session after a year. I really hope that goes well. I'm sure it will, so don't worry about it. Very, very proud of you for that. Let's fucking go, mate. I think you know, someone that I like, that I've grown to really appreciate while I've been out here is Sonny Briscoe. When we're at Cary, I think he's kind of, I don't know if I'm like looking too much into it, but I feel like he's really sort of taking me under his wing almost. Like when we go to karaoke as a singer, I'd say when it comes to his voice, I think he really is my singing Oshi in a way, because of the way that he kind of, he has this perfect way of sounding like, I don't know how I would describe his singing voice, but like the way he does like low set Japanese singing, I'm like, man, that sounds really cool. He's very, very, very talented. I feel like he sings like the optional boss in a video game, if that makes any sense. Like, he's out of the way and he's a very bombastic, insane character, and he's just got such a great lilt to his voice. But while we've been going to karaoke, he, like when I do good and when I do not so good, he's like very encouraging, you know. Like we went literally the other night, we went to karaoke and I sang a classic for me, Can't Help Falling in Love, with with Ren. He and I sang "Can't Help Falling in Love," and when we finished it, Sonny, like, he looked at me and he clapped and he was like, "Man, that was so good." And I was like, "Yeah." I don't know. It's just these little things, like, from people you look up to that really kind of spur you on and help feel like, yeah, you know, I am doing the right thing. I think it's so easy. It's so easy to kind of succumb to this feeling that you're you know, like, especially when you're in a position where you're always putting stuff out online. Sometimes it's easy to make yourself wonder, oh, why am I, you know, I can't already do this, so why am I bothering, you know? But I think that it's moments like that where I'm like, yeah, I know why I'm doing this. I'm really excited to kind of get this started. And also, before, like, I think right before the karaoke started, Claude, like, I was sat next to him during the karaoke, the big collab. He sat down and he gave me, like, this big kind of pat on the back, and he was like, dude, it's like, I gotta hand it to you. You're doing so well. I'm really stoked for you. You're doing all of this. And he was like, I could see in his eyes, like, it was very genuine. Like, he had a really, really wide smile, and he seemed like extremely proud that I was growing so much as a singer. And Claude is incredible too. We have very different singing voices, but he's very, very good. He's incredible. And whenever I hear him sing, I'm like, God damn! I'm like, how do these people do this? You know. But to have it, just, I don't know. I feel I've been in situations before where I've been around people who will kind of try to kill your interest in picking up a new hobby as fast as they can because they feel threatened by it. You know, like, if I start doing something and then some people, you know, a long time ago might have been like, oh, honestly, I don't really think this is for you. Or like, yeah, I don't know, I feel like you should probably just focus on what you're good at or whatever it is. Like, yeah, you know. But these people aren't like that. They're genuinely very encouraging, and I don't think there's very much selfishness or anything like that at all. I'm going to turn the light on. It's getting a little dark in here. Beep beep. I'm going to turn the light on here. But so many people in the world can be very selfish to the point where other people in their life can be tools that, you know, serve to bolster their ego and not much else. But it really isn't like that out here. Toki, thank you for the super. It's been a long time no watching stream. Got a lot of things to do. My Lord and Kindred, miss you. I miss you too. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not around that kind of thing anymore, and I sometimes if you've had bad experiences, it makes you worry, you know, and you kind of look for those things in people, and you can start to become a bit of a conspiracy theorist. But it's never worth doing, because I know, like, how all it took was just these little moments, like when I sang really well at karaoke the one time and everyone like clapped and cheered because they knew I'd been practicing, or Sunny like kind of, you know, cheer me up. Or there was one song I wanted to do for karaoke, for the big collab, that we practiced beforehand, and it really didn't go well, and Sunny was there and he was like, yeah, no, that was weird, that one is like kind of difficult. No, I would struggle with that too. Now we'll cut that one, that's all right. And it made me feel better about it immediately. And then, God, like Claude sitting down and like giving me a pat on the back and saying like, man, you're doing so well. And it's like, you can see in his face like how much he means that. You can really tell how important that is to him and how much genuine pride there is. There's no, I'm gonna try and get this guy in my good books for whatever reason. There's no, oh, I'm doing this for nefarious reasons. There is, hey, this guy is my friend and I love him and he's doing well. And it's a strange thing, and I haven't always felt that about people who have been in my life, but I really do now, and it's a fantastic feeling. It's really fantastic, and I think all of you deserve that as well. And if you don't have it already, I know you will one day. Avis, thank you so much for the super. Looking forward to being able to do more. Let's get stronger together. Let's do it. Muli, thank you so much. Just gonna give you one more kiss. Of course, thank you so much. I'm glad you came back. Glad you came back. I can give you another one. Camelius, thank you so much. My only Oshi, looking forward to everything you do. Your first anniversary. Oh, excellent. Wow. You joined at an interesting time. Well, you know how great I am and how happy I am as a kindred. You are fantastic. I'm really, really glad that you've been enjoying your time here. Peichan, thank you for the Akasupa. You sound amazing. Yippee, thank you. There's a few songs I want to try. There was one that I really want to try that wasn't on the karaoke machine that I was kind of sad about is Stars from Les Mis. I think that is like one of the oldest songs that I ever thought, like, I reckon I could sing this, you know. Years and years ago, long before I ever considered the idea of being a singer, I heard that song and I was like, man, I really think I could do that one, and I would listen to it a lot, but I never really, you know, that was at a time when I was living with other people, and you don't really have the opportunity to practice singing without bothering people, and I just never really wound up doing it. But nowadays I'm like, you know, I really think I could do that, but then it wasn't on the machine, so it was kind of difficult. Maybe I can try doing that on a karaoke stream at some point of my own, and see if I can nail that one down, because I've never really sung it. But I remember I think Alira reminded me of it. She said, you would be a good Javert, and I was like, I remember thinking that a long time ago. And then while we were like walking to the karaoke place, I was like thinking in my head, I was like, yeah, I could remember all the lyrics. I could remember all the lyrics to that song, even though I haven't heard it in like 10 years or something like that. It's crazy how much of an impact it had on me. Out in the darkness. Yeah, Snotaku, thank you for the super. Love for you to join in with that passion. It's very sweet, isn't it? Nemeria, thank you so much for the super. Gonna draw Voxam with long hair, short hair. Yeah, I like the Voxam with short hair, but you can draw her however you like, honestly. You can draw her however you like. Be a great Javert. Yeah, we should do. I mean, Les Mis, I believe, is in the public domain. Can you imagine if we did a virtual play, but we did like a play that exists and we did Les Mis and people were singing and doing that? I mean, that would be insane. The only difficulty would be that it would have to be unarchived, but it'd be pretty crazy, you know. I don't know, maybe there's something we could figure. I imagine doing that. Obviously there would be like, you'd have to pay a lot of money for licensing if you wanted to archive that, but you know, it'd be pretty cool. The musical isn't. The musical is not in the. Yeah, of course, the book is. Yeah, you'd need a lot. You too. Yeah, no, I love musicals. Les Mis was one of my favorites. What musicals have I watched recently? I don't know, but I do love musicals. Sodakula, thank you so much for the super. Well, you sing very good. Thank you so much. Geofluorite, thank you so much for the super, and Classica, thank you very, very much. You know, I love musicals. Phantom of the Opera is pretty cool. I haven't seen Sweeney Todd. I haven't seen Wicked. I love Hamilton. That was another song I wanted to do, was You'll Be Back, but that also wasn't on the machine, and I was kind of sad. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. Jonathan Groff serves more cunt than I think there is available currently on planet Earth. I think that he might actually be a surplus kind of particle generator for cunt and produces more of it than should be physically possible when he sings that song. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. I love that. I love that song so much. And I think in terms of all Hamilton, it's definitely the easiest one to remember because it, you know, at least lyrically, it's a lot easier to remember than the other songs in Hamilton that are so lyrically dense to an insane degree. You know, I'd love to do a song like The Room Where It Happened, but remembering all those words, it would be fucking ridiculous. fucking ridiculous. But one day I'd like to try it. Classica, thank you. It's called The Goes Wrong Show. A couple of my friends see you in the... that sounds... The show that goes wrong. My dad's told me about that. I think he's seen it and he said it was really good. So I'll check that out. I'll remember to check that out. Da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Million Dreams, thank you so much. Trying to send a super, this is even more nerve-wracking. No, it's okay. Struggled in front of the screen for so long. Don't struggle! Everything's fine here. We're all chilling. I miss you. I miss you too, Million Dreams. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Tina Xiaoran, thank you so much. Just past hard time. It feels so good to watch your stream again. Do you think adapting the Demon Hungers into a play? You know that does sound interesting. I think that because it's a fairly self-contained story and most of it takes place in a small house, I think that would probably work pretty well. What I'd be interested to see is the level of ambition. If someone was to make a Demon Hungers stage play, I would love to see the level of ambition in how they create that big nightmare sequence at the end, because how do you do that? But then I think of how creative certain plays and musicals get when it comes to staging and showing off grand set pieces. One of the ones that comes to mind for me is Miss Saigon, and how on stage they have the helicopter on stage. I mean, the fact that it's not even they have the projection at the start and then an actual helicopter comes out and like looks around like that's very ambitious for a stage play. Miss Saigon is incredible. And I think that's like, you know, that's what I'd like to see. Something very creative and almost, I guess, non-literal, I imagine. But if someone wanted to do that, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I don't know if I would be a very good I mean, I probably would be a pretty good theatre director, but I definitely don't have time to run a play at the moment. X, thank you so much for the super. Nekosaka, thank you. Busy IRL, I miss you so much. This year I've tried a lot out of your comfort zone, including an upcoming new job, and the motivation to challenge myself is the possibility that one can be diversified from what I see in your growth. That's really important, and I've loved putting myself out of my comfort zone. I think it's been nothing but good for me so far, if stressful at times, and I wish nothing but the best for you with that. Hi Maria, thank you for the super. Grundor, flying back to the UK from Japan last weekend, had How to Get Away with Murder on repeat, basically. I do really love that song. I do really love how that song turned out. I'm glad you like it. Sabina Caddy, thank you so much for the Akasupa. Looking forward to all the things you will do, and congrats for Niji Encounter. Thank you so much. Wish all your dreams come true. You're such a wonderful soul. Thank you. You're wonderful too, Sabina. Thank you. Crystallized. I want to say I'm so proud of your growth as a singer. Yeah, thank you. I feel pretty good about it too. Oh, Perfect Days. Perfect Days I've heard is really good. Koji Yakusho is a perfect actor. I need to check that out. I'm glad it's a perfect day for you. Aki, thank you so much. If I could, I would love to do an official cover of My Way. It's very difficult with I guess what you would call overseas songs. It's very difficult for songs that would require a karaoke to be on archive. There are a lot of extra steps. But one day, if I had the opportunity, I would love to do an official cover, because I know that is a song that I'm very confident I can sing very, very well. And if I did a cover that was like done with how, you know, I know I'm good at it, but if it was also like properly mixed and everything, I think it would be pretty incredible. Like how Jay Schlatt did his, you know, after he was sick of everyone doing the AI covers of him singing My Way, he was like, fuck it, I'll do it myself, and he killed it, you know. I think that's pretty cool. Hakuma, thank you very much for the super. Clean my room because you scolded me. And I'll fucking do it again. Nyantaro, thank you so much. Good voice. Thank you. Yukikaze, thank you very much. Really love your singing voice. Thank you so much. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Oh boy. It's a busy time, but it's an exciting time. It's a very, very exciting time. It's been taken down. Oh, wow. Kendra, thank you so much for the super. Busy doing an original song and a few covers, one of them being in Japanese. Friend said it'll be out soon. Oh, it's exciting. It's exciting. Oh, I hope I get a chance to see it. Thank you for the super, Kendra. And Olivia, thank you for 50 gifted members. Thank you so much. Wow, that's a lot of gifted members. That's a lot of gifted. Molly, thank you so much for the super. Always come back here, of course. And I'll always be here for you. I love you too. Thank you. I love you too. So I don't have long left. This was always gonna be a short stream, but you know, I've got a few minutes left. But yeah, I've really enjoyed seeing you all. We've got about 5 minutes. Bay, thank you so much. Waking up slowly to your singing is my favorite thing. I'm really glad. I should. There's a lot of music I want to try to make, and it makes me wish that I knew how to produce music on my own. I feel like I would really enjoy that. You know, I wish I knew how to make beats, but I don't really have the time to learn. You know, singing is kind of, I guess, intuitive in a way. You can learn how to get better at it, but singing from the get-go is just opening your mouth and making sounds. Whereas stuff like that is like, I don't know how fucking FL Studio or Reaper works, so I wouldn't know. But I'd like to try, I guess, because I have so many ideas for songs that I would like to make, and there are so many different genres of music that I love, and there's so much that I would want just in my spare time to experiment with and try. Like, I have a lot of really good ideas for sort of, is it bad if I watch this and I'm underage? Yes, I would highly recommend that you not watch my streams if you're underage, please. Thank you. Steffi Ackerman, thank you for the super. Miss you too. Thank you so much. But Sudakula, thank you very much for the super. So happy to tell you I finally bought a PS5. Let's go. While you're waiting for Monster Hunter Wilds to come out, I would highly recommend you play the Demon Souls remake. It's very, very good. And Tekken 8 also runs very well on PS5. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I've come up with like a lot of really interesting concepts for like rap songs, but and it wouldn't be like. It wouldn't be. I think I'd want it, and I would also give them like a lot of my personal flavor. You know, something that feels different from something you might have heard otherwise. You know, I think mostly inspired by musicians like Joji and that kind of stuff. And yeah, Kendrick Lamar, to be honest. Like in terms of the lyricism, I think that's like a really big inspiration to me. And really, I think that one of my favorite things is spending. I could never freestyle. Ever. Not ever in a billion years could I ever freestyle, but I think spending the time to really slowly come up with great rhymes and then kind of sort of iterate on them and make them as good as I possibly can is a very exciting thing for me. And I have lyrics that I've written that I'm trying to find the right place for, and I'd love it if I could just make a beat for something and then write a load of lyrics and then just, you know, put something together all by myself. I'd really like to be able to do that, but it's a lot to learn. It's, you know, and I've already kind of pushed myself so hard and learned so many different things that it would definitely, you know, I would never blame myself for not being able to learn a whole nother new skill, but you never know. At some point, maybe I'll be able to. Sora, thank you so much for the super. On my only Oshi every time I see you doing well at something. Thank you. I'm glad you like the voice pack. Thank you. Didiko, thank you so much for the super. Hi, my lord. Good morning. Just launched on stream, kind of late, but need to say I love your singing voice. I'm glad you like it. I'm really glad you like it. And thank you very much. His singing is just average. Yeah, I know. I don't know. In terms of Daddy Dom characters, I have to say I find him kind of lame, and that doesn't come from a place of jealousy. I think that I don't know, something about the voice and his lines. I'm just like, I don't know if I really get the appeal, to be honest. Like, yes, like the animation is very attractive, certainly, but something about like the I couldn't remember. There's a quid pro quo. I'm like, I don't know. Something about that just doesn't really do it for me. I wouldn't be that's not my kind of man either, but I don't know. Murasaki, thank you so much for the super. I'm glad you're excited for it. Sai, thank you so much. Yeah, it's funny. It's so funny for me because I remember seeing what is it? A lot of people on Twitter calling, like, because I didn't really understand this. Apparently it's kind of an in-joke for Filipinos that when you go to karaoke, like, Tito will always sing My Way as loud as possible, and it's like kind of traditional that every time Filipinos go to karaoke they always sing My Way. I remember seeing a load of people on Twitter calling me Tito Vox, Tito Jimmy, and there was a part of me that was like, does that mean that I was like not doing as good a job as I could have? But then I realized it was like all an in-joke, and it's just, I don't know, it was very funny. It's very funny that My Way kind of carries that sort of connotation, because for me it's like such a significant song, and the lyrics are like so meaningful to me in the way that I've like I've done my job and all that kind of stuff. Say, thank you so much for the super. Not good at describing my feelings, but seeing that you've accomplished has made me so emotional. Thank you. And having people excited about my accomplishments, I mean, I can't imagine how privileged I would feel. You can't imagine how privileged I do feel because of all of that. Is that my phone? What's going on? Oh no, that's fine. Say thank you so much. Kirara, Voxagura, thank you so much. And Kairos, thank you so much. Okay, I have to go. This is not a very long stream, but I'm so glad I did it. I just really wanted to catch up with you all, and I really wanted to chat with everybody. And I've missed you terribly, but don't worry, I will be back. I have some off collabs planned. I won't spoil what they are yet, but there's some funny stuff that's going to happen. So keep your eyes on the skies for everything that's going to happen, and I will keep you all updated as best I can. Classica, thank you so much for the super. I'm glad everybody approves. Okay, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to keep working hard, and I will be back to see you all very, very soon. Matoneki, thank you so much for the super. Thank you, and a big kiss for everybody else. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting me no matter what. Kamaki, thank you so much. All right, I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye, guys. Hey.